healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
I keep opening this is my medicine head right now. I keep opening my calculator when I'm trying to go to my timer. I'm like, why isn't my timer working?
They're very similar they're the same. The vibe is similar.
There's like second world, like developing countries or even like third world countries where people are like, yeah, we have a washer and dryer in our home. That's normal. And in New York is like the most advanced city in the country. And we're like, I just carry it on my back for about a mile. It's like the woman, like the washerwoman with like the buckets on the thing.
Oh, it's so... I find my neighborhood to be... I had a breakdown last night of our apartment. First off, heat is just... We have it turned off and it's still just pouring out. And they were like, "What if the boiler's on, heat will still run through the water coils or whatever."
Guys.
So it's always 80 degrees in our apartment. And I was like... I guess every apartment I've dealt with in New York in the heater situation, but I've always just turned it off.
Right. Like you should be able to turn a radiator off. That's normal.
I guess this is not technically a radiator. It's just water pipes that go through, or just water coils. And so, yeah, the guy was like, yeah, there's nothing we can do until summertime.
I mean, I just love it is really funny. Somebody has a joke about this. I think maybe it was like Greg Stone, or maybe it was you. I don't remember. It's like you complain about anything in your apartment, and then it's like now you just have to deal with somebody trying to screw you. So you're like, now I have a different problem, which is that like I'm being gaslit by an Eastern European man who's like belittling me into just being like, I guess the water is hot. I guess it is hot.
Yeah, we were like, it's New York.
It's New York. You're going to have roaches. You're
like,
roaches?
For the amount of money that I feel like we paid, nor did our landlord ever be like, yeah, it gets a little warm in here, so this is what we do. This is what we use.
Right. Like you could have mentioned that it's going to be
80 degrees.
A swamp. We have something going on in my building right now, which is so delightful. We have like a vent in the bathroom that's just pouring cold air in from somewhere else. It's clearly somehow connected to the outside.
Yes.
Yeah. And so
it's just a hole in the building.
Just a hole in the wall. Yeah. And it's freezing. We got
in the bathroom too is not where you want.
Like the sitting on a cold toilet. It's the worst. And so we like, as we do every time, it's like we contact our landlord. She's like, okay, like let me get the super on it. He's really good. And it's like, he's not. He's not showed one skill in terms of like what a super needs to be doing. And he's like, yeah, that's a vent. Like air is going to come through there.
That's
and
what drafts do, Katie.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you think that the issue is that I don't know what a vent is? I've never been exposed to a vent in my life. Like, thank you. Oh,
okay.
It's like, okay, but it's like 20 degrees in our bathroom at all times. And then he said, he would come up and put some tape. He would cover it with some tape. We're like, okay. Like,
Adrian had a story like that where there was like a leak in her closet and the landlord, the super, was like, here's some trash bags. You have to change them out every year.
You're like, so wait.
I'm sorry, what? I might as well live outside if that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's nuts.
No, but it's just like this. We were talking about this before we started, but I do want to talk about like, what would it take for you to be like, now I really love New York.
Now I really love it.
I mean, obviously rich, but even if you're really rich, I saw a TikTok that this girl was like, this is how I knew New York is trash. She's like, I went to one of the most like expensive townhomes in New York and they still had a Peloton in their bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning like there's still no room for your Peloton.
That's my gym in there.
For a rich person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, even if you have a ton of money and you're living on, you're living in like a townhome, you know, on East 83rd or something, which is a mansion, by the way. That's that's $1 million mansion. You still have to live in New York. So it's like you're still going to be like flashed a penis of a man. Still going to be trash on the street, rats.
There's one street on the Upper West Side that they've been dealing with their neighbor gutting out the townhome for something like 10 years and trying to build a pool down there. And it's been just constant scaffolding and construction for that long that it's become like a neighborhood fight.
Yeah.
So it's like you could even pay them extreme amount of money, but it's still not guaranteed that your neighbors are going to be great.
I feel like laundry is a huge one. I actually don't mind taking public transit. I don't like driving.
I don't mind public transit either because I was thinking today I came from Brooklyn, Fort Greene to Astoria, and it took me 30 minutes.
Oh, that's sweet G.
Right.
It's
the 4-5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from Barclays Center.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not bad. I like public transit, but yeah, I'm really excited to move into my new home. And this is my journey that I want to go on today because I'm working with some color combos.
Now you're settled an anchor.
You're
a property owner.
I've anchored myself in New York. And I just got an upsetting message from my condo application that they've locked the account because I disputed a charge because there's so much minutia that's going on in terms of like doing the loan application for the mortgage, which is, by the way, I did not expect it to be this insane, but I guess it is because we're freelance and there's no way to prove that we make money.
A consistent amount for years. Yeah.
Like anything you show, so like we have to just tell them it's like you got $25 in your account. What was that from? And I have to be like, it was from Stand Up New York. I'm still working there. I don't want to be. Like, I don't know. I don't have money. And
it's old man hustle. And
yeah, I know. I'm like, okay, I actually can't. I don't know if I do have the money for this, honestly. It's probably bad for you to give me this. So it's like, that's a whole rigmarole. And then we also had to do a borrower's checklist where we had to like take a Fannie Mae course on like learning how.
That's bullshit.
I'm like, this would be helpful before I started this whole process.
How is that going to fix where you're like, now I got it?
I know the difference between a condo and a co-op.
Yeah.
I was being an idiot. Yeah. So it's like, it's such minutia and it's like, it's just a tangled web that I'm lodged in now.
So they've been combing through your bank account and you disputed a charge on your bank account, or you disputed a charge on the loan application?
So this is actually a separate thing for the condo application. You do it through an online portal, and you have to buy stuff.
Hate the portals.
You have to buy. I have to buy like the budget for the building on the portal to give to the loan application. But what I realized is Mike had an account and I had an account, and I bought it through his account, but then I couldn't find it. So I flipped out and like sent them a bunch of emails.
I do that too, where you're like, why did we both sign up? Sometimes you're like, that email for some reason won't let me start, or they won't let me do it through a Gmail.
It's the same house.
Right.
It's the same house. I'm like, please, and no one will help you, no one will help you because they just like, they don't really care. And it's like, yeah, this is my job. Like,
right.
And no one will like really like explain anything to you.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's just awful. But I'm almost through. I hope this didn't just like put me back to, I'm like, well, we can't get the house now because I disputed the charge. But once I move in, I have been on this full quest of understanding color combinations, which is so much more intensive than I thought.
You can get a whole book about it I just clocked it and I put it on my list of things to get on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes. Color combos.
I found a guy on YouTube who was an interior decorator. No idea what his name is. Who cares? Doesn't matter. That's not what this podcast is about. I can't cite a source. Never will.
He's
not
out there
start now. There's a man out there. There's a man.
There's
he's
a
gay.
man out there.
He's a gay man, and he's great. But he started out. He get a whole like 20-minute YouTube segment, which I found super helpful, talking about like, let's start with the vibe that you want in your apartment. My words I chose were calm yet optimistic. I want like a nice space where I can relax, but also like, you see these moody, especially in New York, like these moody play where it's like a deep emerald. I'm like, that will freak me out.
Yeah, it feels like that's something that would feel good on 2 days out of the month for me.
Yeah, or like the one time a year I have someone over for a cocktail. And I'm like, yes, look at me. You know, it's like, I just want something normal. And so he was giving the advice that you pick your ideas and then you look for inspiration in other works of art. So like, you know how you can kind of do on Canva where you're like, oh, I have this great picture. Like, this is kind of the vibe I want. You put it into Canva or, you know, a color combo picker or whatever. And it pulls out like the 8 colors that you should choose from.
Somebody said that you could do that with, if you've ever seen an outfit online that you like, you pull the colors from the outfit with the textures.
Because I want a colorful space. I don't want like creams and ecru's and beige and tan. I want
you don't
to
want
have,
Kim Kardashian brutal minimalism.
No,
I don't understand that.
Well, I think everybody's really pulling away from it. Where it's like I don't want the Airbnb home. I don't want like the coffee shop aesthetic where it's just like the millennial beige.
Yeah.
Like no. My color combo that I've chosen it's kind of like a beach palette. It's like a beach house palette. So it's like kind of a dusky peach. That's going to be in the bedroom. It's going to be like a kind of darker peach. The bathroom's going to be like a sage green.
Okay.
The kitchen's going to be like a butter yellow. And then the rest is going to be, I live by a Sherwin-Williams, so I went in. It's going to be like steamed milk.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to get like a blue couch cover. So what this guy said, which I love, which is super important to color combos, is that instead of being like, well, it's blue and just like picking a bunch of blue stuff, which I realized that's what I kind of was doing in my last, he's like, you pick this huge range of colors and then that gives you so many options to be like, oh, this fits in my home.
Right.
This is one of the 8 colors or it's kind of close. So everything looks cohesive and it's not just like some weird monochromatic purple that I'm like, I guess I thought I liked purple, but I guess I don't. It feels weird in here. It feels like Violet Beauregard.
Right. Well, it's like, where I was like, maybe I'll do Hollywood Regency.
Oh,
which I
my
do
God,
really like,
to die
but
for.
maybe in a hotel. And I just realized I'm like, this is so much harder.
Yeah,
to cater to that aesthetic where a color combo is a lot easier because that way you just pick and choose the stuff that's in that color that you do like objects rather. And then when you're going traveling, you can choose your like a photo that has some of the colors from.
Yeah.
So it'll pull.
And well, I went on apartment.com a lot as well. And I was just looking at some of the aesthetics that they had there. And one of the ones that I felt like it made sense to me the most was it's kind of like eclectic.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't need to necessarily be like,
mid-modern.
Mid-century modern. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, what is it? It just
get that out of my
normal.
house. It's 1980s.
Yeah. No. So like eclectic, I thought I would like minimalism, but the more I was looking at the minimalist stuff, I'm like, it looks bare and sad.
You
and
can't
it reminds
do
me,
it in New York, though.
No, you can't. And that guy, I don't like that minimal guy who, you know, he had the book and the podcast and the documentary. And
yeah,
now
that was a movement for a while.
Every time you see him, he's like, I own 3 pairs of underwear and that's all I need. And you're like, you're not okay. You're not okay. You're not dealing with something. Like,
I don't even have a home.
Yeah.
I date women and I crash on their couches.
I have 1 chair. Deal with it. That's my choice. And you're like, okay, I don't want any part of that. I want a home. I want a home
cozy.
to live in.
I want I'm into the grandma core, like
love the granny core,
like a cozy
or the coastal grandmother.
Yeah, just
chic.
like a cozy vibe.
Yeah, cozy is the name of the game.
And
this one.
I'm trying, but it's really hard. I think I pivoted. We were going one direction. Well, I'm working with a lot of Joe's stuff.
Joe's is a grandpa vibe, and that's different. He's got a coastal grandfather, which is a junk. He's got some junk.
Well, he didn't notice I took down his not Frank Sinatra, Johnny Carson Rolling Stone cover where he's crying. And I put it in his closet and I replaced it with at least a more the Kennedys on the Life magazine. But I'm like, the aesthetic of this is way better. The other one had no aesthetic. It was just a photo of a man crying.
You can't even tell it's Johnny Carson. You're like, who is that? Is that your dad? I've already had a strong talk with Michael about we are going to be going to a ruthless place.
Honestly, in order for you to get the aesthetic that you want, you have to kill off your spouse.
I realized that was the mistake I made last time, and I asked for his input because I thought it would. And now I realize that like what's happening when I ask for Mike's input is that like he doesn't care, but he wants to try.
Right.
So he's just like that one.
Well, he doesn't have. I'm going to make an assumption. A lot of guys, and I'm just talking for Joe and maybe Mike, they don't have, their energy is somewhere else. So they don't have the energy to start putting things on the wall.
Yes. And Mike, I know that Mike will like what I choose.
Yes.
So it's like we're getting rid of a lot of stuff. Because what happened with our last move, and this is where I'm feeling like a controversy within myself. My main internal challenge is because we had really nice black stained wood floors, which were beautiful. And so we matched a lot of our stuff to the black stained wood floors. So we have like a black bookcase. We have black end tables in the bedroom. You know, we have like a lot of black furniture. And our new floor has, and these are like particle board, you know, it's cheap. But like our new place has a really beautiful, like a medium wood floor. So I don't want to bring that stuff in because I feel like
I have a black side table, and I find that it's like an immediate stop of flow.
Yeah,
somebody said that about a white bed covers.
It's too I don't know, masculine's maybe like not the right word, but it just feels like the energy is too strong. I want to go with more of like, I was also looking up, this is something I found really interesting too, talking about like having different woods and like matching the wood tone, which, because I remember I've just been having like mismatchy weird wood in my place now, and I'm like fine with it, but we're going to do a little upgrading. And I had somebody over and they were like, I just, you know, it was a woman. I can't remember who it was, but I remember her being like, you know, my big thing is like, I just hate it when people have woods that don't match.
That's really weird because you hear the aesthetic, and this is why you cannot listen to anybody, and you just go with what you like.
Yeah.
You don't want to have all the same wood, or you look like you have a bedroom set from Superior Waterbed, which is a furniture store
Ashley
on
Furniture. Yeah.
59. Yeah.
Raymore and Flanagan. Well, I read an interior design article about they gave tips on like what to do with woods and having different woods. And they said, actually, you should not match all the woods because that can look the same as just having everything blue in your home.
Heavy.
Yeah. They were like, what you should do is you work with like, understand the tone of the wood and understand like the temperature, like the tone and the shade. I don't forget what the words were. This is where it falls apart for me. I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. I need wood. So we have like a medium tone. We have like a medium warmth floor. So they say like, okay, so that's one thing. So you want to get one other thing that matches it, one other piece. And then you can get other types of wood, maybe in a warm tone, and just make sure you have two of each thing.
Yeah.
And that way you kind of like layer in the warm toned wood. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but we'll see.
It's hard to say, but this is one of, I don't know if it's controversial. You know how most people were anti-carpet for a long time?
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
I kind of like it in the bedroom or in a home. Yeah. I just think if it makes me think of it's cozy.
Yeah.
It's warm vibes. And as long as you can keep it clean.
Yeah.
And it cuts down on an echoey sound in the home. So that's why I feel like it gives it a warm feeling. At least I think it should be in bedroom and maybe like living room.
I'm totally pro carpet, I have to tell you, because it's like everybody has rugs.
Right.
What's the difference of
like,
having a rug and having a carpet?
Room size rugs too, where I'm like,
huge,
this is carpet.
It's carpet. It's a carpet. Yeah.
It's a carpet.
That's a carpet. It's a giant carpet. I'm so pro carpet because I have to say, like,
it was considered. I remember Julio Torres had a tweet the other day or years ago being like, I love the holidays because I can see all my friends with their carpeted homes. And I was like this.
Oh, please don't look down on us from your high tower. there's nothing gauche about carpet because it's like, I feel like I just need to go for function at this point, especially when you have a 1-bedroom apartment, flex too. Okay. We might put a wall up. This is everything. Everything's in here. That one of the reasons we picked this place is because it has really great storage. It has 3 gigantic closets. So we could just shove everything in there and have the space be clean.
Yeah.
But it's like, I want cozy. I would love to have a carpet in the bedroom.
Right. You should just get a big rug that looks like carpet to whatever color that would make you feel good.
And get like the $500 vacuum. Get the Dyson.
We have the Dyson. I do like it. I also bought a Bissell.
Oh my God, the steamer.
Well, because if there's a brief window, if Marty's out of his diaper, he will pee on the carpet. And we've also had some turds land on the carpet.
Oh, you gotta get the Bissell.
And he loves it when I bring out the Bissell. He walks around it. He looks underneath it. He's hitting the buttons. He helps me wrap the cord up.
Oh my God. He loves vacuums. Ever since he was an infant. I remember that.
He loves them.
Yeah. I was just thinking, did a flashback going through some old clips where you were talking about after he was born, you're kind of reminiscing about the first 3 months of like just trying. You're like, bringing the vacuum like around his head. Like, does he like this? He's just screaming. You're like, is it this?
How about this? But now it's wheels, vacuums, machinery.
He's a very blue collar baby, I have to say.
I'm like this.
You don't
want to gender, put gender roles, but I'm like, this guy's a total dude. We got
he loves a tool.
We got a real dude on our hands.
I wonder what he would do with a little baby. You're like, he just passes it off at the playground. You're like, okay.
Honestly, I would like to test it out to see if I bring out the femme in him.
Yes.
But
Get him
he's not.
kitchen.
I don't think he's seen any babies, like baby dolls. He did hang out with Van today.
That's fun.
But he wasn't really like that drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's still at a young age that they don't recognize,
yes,
another person.
No.
They can only kind of know like their mom.
Yes. And right now he's really into daddy.
Boy's boy. He's a boy's boy.
He's a daddy's boy.
He's a real Tuesday.
He is.
But anyway,
Tuesday.
Yeah, so
I find it really, so are you doing a little bit at a time or...
My big
Do you have
plan.
an idea? I saw a girl on there talking about if you don't know how to see the look of what you're going for, there is an app, and I did use it for my special. It's what you can do for a look board. It's on your phone. It's called Freeform. And you take images of things that you like. Say you're like, I like this bed frame. I like the wood in this. I like this carpet. You can put it all together in the Freeform and overlap it, and you can see if it works cohesively as a... Because sometimes you can't. Like, it's like the black objects. I feel like I only know... Like, when I see our black bedside table, I'm always like, it just is a dark...
It's a black hole.
It's a black hole.
Sucks the light.
Yeah, I want to put like a doily on it or something to cozy
scarf.
it up a little bit. Scarf it up. But here's another thing I always find fascinating. I sometimes don't even care interior design. I just like if something's cohesive. Have you ever seen something where you're like, I would call it Hispanic grandma core?
Yes.
And you're like, it's a lot of Jesus, candles,
very Catholic,
lace and brighter colors, and maybe in the carpet or in the curtains. And you're like, it's not generally something like my aesthetic, but what I like about it's that it's very cohesive. That I could live in a place like this.
Totally,
yeah.
And that's kind of what I am hoping to go for versus there's definitely an urge. I think I was talking about this a couple episodes ago for me to just like buy a bunch of new stuff and just like put it all in there and like be like, okay, I'm done.
Right.
I'm trying to struggle against that. I am, one of our big things, because we're moving in, we are going to get the space painted. That's part of the closing cost. And I'm paying the closing cost. So I'm like, okay, like I'm in charge. I can choose the paint. So I'm really going to go for the paint. Like I have my swatches. I'm going to start with the paint. And then I'm just really going to try to just move all of our stuff over, that everything that we can save, we're going to. And then I think I'm just going to start kind of like living with it that way. and start going to more like, I think this is why I think Facebook Marketplace is so inspiring, because it's like, I know what I'm looking for. If I see something, I can go get it, and then it can become part of the whole.
Yes.
And it's better than, it's so tempting to just get on Wayfair and be like, okay, I just
get
dropped
it all.
$2,000 and like get everything in. And I might do that for a couple things, maybe one or two things, like I really want to get a headboard. I've wanted to get one for a long time. I found one that I really like on there. Warm wood. It's a wormwood. And so I think what I want to do is lean on the paint a lot.
Yeah.
Lean on the paint and lean away from trying to buy a ton of stuff at once, because I think that's where I went wrong in my old apartment.
Right, because then you can look back and then at your stuff and then be like, you know what I need?
What I need.
This
yeah.
is what I need.
Might
right
start
now.
with the headboard, start with the kitchen, the like dining room table and chairs, a nice warm wood. And then also I have my eye on a microfiber couch cover, which is like a beautiful sea blue, which I think will kind of match into my beach house aesthetic. And I found these online. They're microfiber couch covers, machine washable. So it's like if somebody, pees on there,
Marty.
who knows? Yeah, Marty.
Which he did on Karen's couch.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No, it's not the first time there's been pee on that couch.
Mabel.
Yeah. And also I'm trying to not go crazy with the budget. It's like I want to move in and spend like $1,500,
Right.
Keep it reasonable.
Lighting's also really important.
Yes.
Like, if you just get good lamplight, I think it kind of does what you need to do for your vibe, the feeling that you want in the home rather than like furniture.
100%. And I don't want to load it up with crap.
Right.
It's so tempting. And I think I just like buying stuff, now that I can come out and say that. I know I started this year being
I'm pointing
doing
at
a no
you.
buy.
I'm pointing at you in the fact of like, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
What I was having this thought yesterday, I was like, I should really go through what I have now and treat it as if I bought it yesterday.
Yes.
What is that feeling? And I've noticed I've been getting that urge. I want to go shopping again. And I'm like, but I don't really, there's not a lot that I need. And I noticed that I have too much stuff and I don't know what would make me happy, that I'm like, well, clearly I just want to shop for the sake of.
You just want to change it up a bit. Yeah.
That I was like, I have a lot of clothes that I never wear. So I know this is kind of like we always talk about, this is shop in your closet. But I also want to get to the root of the problem of like, what is it about that feeling you get when you buy, even if it's a $10 piece of crap jewelry from H&M?
It almost feels like, to me, it feeds the need I have to be productive constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm buying something, it's an easy way for me to feel like I've accomplished something. Meanwhile, I've sat at my computer the whole day and written 0. And I'm like, that was a fucking waste. What was that?
That's why I say you just post your videos online and go.
Post it online.
I feel like
just talking to your phone, you're good.
Feeling so much better by being like, I will just post any thought I have as a video and treat Instagram as how I used to treat Twitter back in 2008 to 17.
Yeah, I need to do that too, but I have some personal hurdles to overcome and I'm working on them. I'm just on Facebook Marketplace, but
I can't get in there.
God, your Facebook is still locked out.
I'm gonna just start a new account.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be a new me,
whole new year, brand new you.
I think I might just do Sarah List.
Oh my God, rebranding. I love this.
As a trad wife.
Oh my God, as a mom,
chicken parms.
Facebook page. Sarah List & Co.
Yes, where I talk about my kid. I was driving the other day and my kid asked, Mommy, why did Mr. Trump?
Oh, I love it.
Why does Mr. Trump put all those tariffs when we know?
What's the point of having a kid if you can't use them? Yeah. Use them.
Insanity.
Now, we had a fun idea of talking about what would make New York City bearable for you. And what's your take? Like, what do you need to stay in this city without it being a nightmare?
Well, I guess now if we're talking in the wish of parameters, should I go all out Or should I just be like, that's good enough. I don't need to get crazy. Because I would say, like, I would like to have a washer and dryer in my own place. But I will tell you, using the washer and dryer down the hallway has not been a pain in the ass.
I can't wait to have one in my basement. I mean, this is what I've been looking forward to because it's all. Oh, so sorry.
Hi.
Hello. Also by my gym. So my plan for my new building is throw the stuff in, get a workout in, flip it,
Put the timer on.
oh my God.
Make your meal. Do a little
It's going to be
consolidating. The only thing that annoys me about it, though, there should be a Ring camera on the because we only get 2 washers and 1 dryer per floor. You can go up and down, but I feel rude using another floor's washer and dryer.
Oh,
but that's my own weirdo issue.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It's so annoying to go all the way to the washer and dryer and then it's full and then I have to trek all the way back to the end of the hallway where just put a little ring light. And I can check on there if
on the Google locations.
Or there's a little when it says on air in my apartment that says a laundry or on the plane when it's occupied.
Yes.
Give me an occupied light in my apartment.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
There's that. To be able, here's my issue now with a kid. I would like to have a driver with a kid car seat. No, this is a very flamboyant.
I mean, you can go.
You can't get a cab, right? There's no cabs with kid seats in there.
Of course, yeah. What are you supposed to do? Just
get an
throw them in
extra
the back?
car seat?
Yeah.
Maybe. Although I don't mind public transportation, I do want I'd like to have a Costco nearby me or a
Costco,
Target, AC. Can we get regular Texas
just
quality
AC
air conditioning?
everywhere. Yeah, that would be nice.
When you need to put the heat on, you set it to 60 or 72 degrees or whatever.
Oh,
and it's exactly at where it wants.
And you're freezing.
Yeah.
You're so cold, you're uncomfortable all the time. Wait, I got one. How about you can flush a tampon? How about you could live in a city like I never knew
New York
that
plumbing is bad. I've
never knew it.
So many toilets publicly.
Well, I didn't know that
it's not like I'm not a big
girl. Well, I use a lot of paper though.
Very healthy.
I like it clean. I like it clean as a whistle.
Same.
But I
like,
did not
me.
know. Yeah. What? I didn't know that you were not supposed to flush tampons, and they would put like things like, "Please don't flush anything down the drain." Yeah, I'm from Indiana. Like we flush our tampons there.
You should be able to flush, but not at New York. Or any other country, you're going to ruin the sewage system.
Well, I would look at that sign like, who's flushing their pad? Like, weird. Meanwhile, I'm just like, do-do-do. Just like flushing it and leaving. The whole building's like imploding, crumbling to the ground. I'm like, whoa, that was strange. But the thing, this just shows you how misogynistic the world is. It's like, hey, we didn't make the tampons, by the way. How about you make us some tampons we can freaking flush?
Right. Also, aren't they toilet paper's cotton? Like, why can't a cotton ball go down?
It's cotton. Yeah, I'm like, I think I got you there. It's also cotton. And also, it's so wild to have a sign that's like, do not flush anything except paper. And then there's like no trash can in there. So you're like, well, I guess I just wrap this up and carry it with me in my back pocket.
That's at Joe's house. The parents don't have a trash can in the one bathroom in the house, and so I have to carry my used tampon across the hallway into my own makeshift thing, and then at the end of the week I just dump it in a public trash can I just feel like it's so I just get self-conscious. I'm like, can we just put a little trash can with a lining in here?
Come on, guys.
With a little swinging door.
Yeah, nothing open.
I will.
The dog will go right for it.
I will wrap it up so you don't have to see the vulgarity of it. Yeah.
Fully wrapped. I know. That's the worst thing when you go to somebody's house and you're on your period and they have a trash can with no lining in there and you're like, okay, I guess I'm making a lining out. I'm constructing one out of toilet paper right now.
Well, I don't have a lining in my toilet right now because they stopped doing plastic bags, but I really should just use the ones that I pay $1.80 for now.
Yeah. Well,
Can we talk about that too?
talk about it? Go there.
Every grocery, now there's no plastic bags. All I'm doing, I have so many thick plastic canvas bags.
I know.
That are doing probably more
Those are
bio
worse.
damage than what was happening beforehand. Or like, what? Why are you forcing me to buy a fucking bag?
Right.
Can we? I just want to go back to plastic bags again.
Well, it's like the thing
I do
with
reuse them as liner in my trash cans.
so it's like that's worth it. That's like, I think that I can't believe that we have no plastic bags. I mean, Mike gets them from the deli. He hoards them like a psycho, and he'll be like, "What are you doing with that bag?" Like, he's like, "We need those." So like he goes, I'm like, open his suitcase. He's like, come from another town with like a bunch of plastic bags. Yeah, it is annoying because it's like I would reuse those too. Like I lived in an apartment once where we never bought trash bags. We just only used those as our kitchen trash, and then we just threw it out like every day, which is what you're really supposed to do.
Yeah, because you're always leaving, and there was always a trash can right outside the door of your
it's
apartment.
like it can't be better to buy a sturdier plastic bag.
Right.
Every time you're like, oh wait, because sometimes you don't know that you're going to the grocery store.
It's by whim, or a lot of the times I'm like, sometimes they're so thick and bulky that they don't really fold up nicely in the stroller.
Yeah, you can't carry it with you. Like I do want to get, which I've been on the hunt for, like those little
bagoos.
Those little bagoos that they fold
up.
I had
one and I don't know where it went. And then sometimes it would get dirty with meat juice. But they do clean easily with because they're nylon.
Well, I had one and it split apart, and I was like, "Oh man, it was great. I had it forever."
Yeah,
but
But I'm not. It's like the water bottle situation. Fortunately, I don't drink a lot of water, but
you're helping the earth.
I am. But carrying a water, it's a lot of work.
It's like thumb sucking, and it's like. I just left a water bottle at the gym yesterday, which I'm like, great. Goodbye to that.
We should do community. There should be a thing of community stuff.
Just disinfect it.
Put
it to the side.
Put it in boiling water,
like
and now you have umbrellas.
Yeah. Just boil it up. You're good.
Bags.
That's what they do in certain countries. It's like they just share umbrellas. I think it's Japan actually, where people just like share umbrellas.
Well, now I don't know. Donation places don't really accept baby stuff, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna go out of my way. I don't have that much time to go out of my way to drop off baby stuff. And then I live in a neighborhood that I feel kind of weird being like, do you guys want my used stuff? Because they're all rich.
Right.
Yeah.
You look poor. It's tough. Well, I'm interested to see my new life and my new home. I want to go more to like vintage, like more like thrift stores. I want to take
you know what window of thrift store in New York? I love how they set it up, and this is exactly how I would want my apartment. Mm-hmm. Whoever does the apartment aesthetic in Housing Works,
so good.
So good.
So
Who
good.
is that interior designer that is setting up? It makes me want to buy every single piece of furniture
like,
in there.
A sitting room.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, like, sometimes you see them and they're like, I've been watching a lot of apartment tours lately where it's really interesting because I see like, I'm like, okay, that's definitely not anywhere near what I want, where it's like an older man. It's like, this is where we host company. And it's like all like the tufted, like chairs with little, I'm like, I just need a couch that I can lay my full body on. That's what I'm
like
looking
the
for.
Sectional where it has the ottoman piece that you can sprawl.
I want a couch sectional where it just becomes a queen bed with like the giant ottoman. Like that's what I need. I always see them on Facebook Marketplace, but it's in like Hillsborough, New Jersey. You're like, okay, I don't know where that is. I'll never be there.
I don't have a vehicle to pick up a 10-ton
couch.
I
have to rent a moving van.
Like,
Can you help me with that?
Have you ever tried to pick up a couch that has a daybed in it? Those things are like a million tons.
I know, and then you still are like forcing your way through it. Like, you're just like really damaging your spine, slipping a disc because you're like, I think I can get it. You want to like move the rug. Oh yeah,
it's hard. I can't think of. I think those are my things: AC,
yeah,
laundry, and then like pretty good I miss Astoria with a grocery store on every corner.
We have good grocery store situation. I will say in my home right now, one thing I did appreciate about living in the Midwest is the plumbing is like super delicate in terms of the bathroom, the bath drain and the sink drain and the kitchen drain. So it's like we have to have the little fine mesh that catches everything that comes. Like when you're brushing your teeth, it's like everything will go there.
All the hair,
It will go right there, and you will later have to collect it, and you'll surely see it. You'll see everything that you spit out over the past week, and it's like I didn't miss not doing that. You know, it was kind of nice to not be like, a raisin,
right?
bit of a raisin,
or
in there.
the garbage disposable where you're like just blended
it down. Where did it go? No one cared.
It's like a wood chipper in your sink.
Yeah, and so, but now I'm like, just every little morsel gets caught,
and I have to like hit it in the trash can, and sometimes it flings on me, or it's just like a long few hairs.
So yucky.
That's a really good point. Or like, also sometimes if you time your showers in the morning where the whole building's going to work.
Oh yeah, yeah, and you're like, it takes 45 minutes for it to get hot, and you're like, no, it's cool. I also will add to that, in our bathroom sink, on top of it, we still have to use Drano, because it will just build up. I'm like, I don't know what's happening with this sink, but it's crazy. And I have probably, you should not be pouring 14 gallons of Drano into the public water supply of New York. But I'm like, we have no choice.
It's Fatberg.
We have it's Fatberg, because I know, like, I always notice it too when I do like a face mask and then wash it off, and you're like, well, I wonder what that was.
Here's something I've wondered about in the Italian community.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with your plumbing? Because marinara is a very fatty substance.
It's a fatty sauce.
It's a fatty sauce. It's a lot of. It sticks.
It's very sticky.
It's very sticky. Everything, and it's hard. So I'm like, do I throw it away because it's chunky, or do I just rinse it down the drain?
Well, I've had
everything?
I've had a similar conundrum with a white wine olive oil like cream sauce that you're like, do I just run this through like the strainer until it becomes a Fatberg just in the strainer? It's hard to know. I always just throw it in the trash, and then I'm like, it's probably burning through the lining. Yeah. Oh my God. Well, let's wrap it up there. We're not getting better than that.
No.
Everybody, stay tuned to find out about my new move.
Also, let us know what your top things that would make you stay in New York.
Ooh, love to hear it.
Yeah.
Lady Journey.
Lady Journey.